Hello, viewers. Welcome. Hope you're all well. In the last video, I've just talked about Shakespeare, and today, in the last video, I just mentioned that in my next video, I try to explore the King Lear, and I will explain you that why Lear is a favorite character. Lear is a most favorite character of mine. I'm just going to start this episode with saying one thing, that Lear is the most rare of the Shakespearean tragic heroes. I'm just going to say this. I'm bringing Macbeth here. When I'm bringing the Macbeth, at that particular time, I've seen that the Macbeth is a man of middle age, grizzled, tough, and of course, a man of noble bearing. Hamlet, a young man, often played the role of a sensitive intellectual. Antony, of course, a man of middle age. And Antony's biggest strength is that he's able to speak with the audience, which has been considered as one of the three pillars of ancient civilization. But when Lear appears on the stage, at that particular time, he is an old man whose base days have lost. Who lost his base days, basically. And he's an old man. And outwardly, visibly, he possesses the features of royalty. Outwardly and visibly, you can figure out himself as a royal person. But you need actually an inward grace of spirituality to become a royal. I personally think Lear lacks this quality at the beginning of the play. And this quality is completely absent at the beginning of the play. When he starts speaking, at that particular time, the audience considers, or we considers, figures out himself as a petulant and senile. His petulant behavior betrays him. For his petulance, he engages his three daughters in a grateful game of flattery: Goneril, Regan, and Cordelia. Goneril and Regan swear their whole allegiance of the heart to a partner and leaving nothing for their husband. But on the contrary, when I'm just going to talk about Cordelia, Cordelia is different. Cordelia repudiates to involve herself in this dreadful game of flattery. He is an incarnation of truth. So I just want to bring out the camel once more. Cordelia deals with the truth. For that reason, he is an outsider. For that reason, he is a stranger. But the viewers, Cordelia is very close to Lear. Close to Lear's heart, actually. But when Cordelia repudiates to engage her in the dreadful game of flattery. At that particular time, Leo banished her. That's why I'm just bringing the references of the Albert Camus. That Cordelia deals with the truth. For that reason, Cordelia is an outsider. Cordelia is a stranger. And Cordelia is a genuine rebel. In a single video, I personally believe that it is hard not to crack to capture Lear. But I'm just trying to mention some important points. I'm just trying to present some important points in front of you. Now I'm just shifting. I'm just entering or encroaching and the storm scene, which is very important from the aspect of the play and from the aspect of the character, Lear. Actually, the renunciation of Lear actually has taken places in the storm scene. Through storm scene, Shakespeare portrays how external nature regulates the internal nature of the human psyche. When the dreadful wind is blowing on the heath at that particular time, Lear seems to be completely insane. But Shakespeare very craftedly, as we've seen in the mock trial, that Shakespeare very craftedly differentiated, shows the differences between the sanity and the madness. There is a process in Lear's madness, which is going to be the most important thing, I personally believe. And the another thing, which is very important, Shakespeare restores the senility. I beg your pardon. Shakespeare restores the sanity. For what? To present Lear in the light of regality. Shakespeare restores sanity to present Lear in the light of regality. Specifically, when he carries his daughter, dead Cordelia, in his arms. But yes, I personally believe that father, mother, these are being considered as an entity. According to me, this is nothing but an entity. And unfortunately, at the beginning of the play, the entity of feudal lodge, which Lear possesses, actually surpass the entity of father. Somehow Lear has forgotten that he has three daughters and he is a father. Father's entity is missing in the beginning of the play. But at the end of the play, when he carries Cordelia in her arms, at that particular time, I'm just going to quote Vishwanath Chatterjee here, the Professor Vishwanath Chatterjee here. Professor Vishwanath Chatterjee considers or figures out Cordelia as a little Christ. When I was a student of the Calcutta University, I personally believe that the students who are doing masters at this present moment, haven't heard the name of Mr. Acharya. It's a prolific scholar, my dear friend. Prolific scholar who considers or figures out called Lear as a Lady Christ. I will not quote any Western critic today. I've taken a decision. I'll bring Jyoti Bhattacharya here. I personally believe that most of the people, the students of this generation, haven't heard the name of this Shakespearean scholar, this prolific Shakespearean scholar actually. Jyoti Bhattacharya in his last four lines, with the last four lines, Jyoti Bhattacharya actually explored or interpreted the entire play King Lear. I just want to share ample amount of thoughts actually crowds in my mind, ample amount of things are coming in my mind at this present moment. I'm not able to share all with you, viewers, but some important thoughts which I'm going to share with you. I'm just going to bring a reference of the Professor Dibyendu Chakraborty. Dibyendu Chakraborty is the former head of the Department of English of the Calcutta University. He was a friend, philosopher, and guide when I was a student of the Calcutta University. At that particular time, I'm not propagating myself, at that particular time, we are sitting I and Sir were sitting on the staircase of the Centenary Auditorium. My dear viewers, can you believe? Such an eminent professor is sitting on the staircase of the Centenary Auditorium with these banal creatures. We are talking about Lear. At that particular time, I told Sir, so don't you think that Lear section, there is an irony in the title of King Lear? Dibyendu Chakraborty calmly listens and then told me, explain it. I told Sir that, Sir, Lear is a feudal lord. Lear is not at all a king, according to Shakespeare. But see, when you are going to the title is King Lear. Is it an irony? Then Dibyendu Chakraborty told me that he was teaching Shakespeare for 20 or 30. I'm not able to recall at this present moment. 20 or 30 years, valuable years spent by teaching Shakespeare or teaching English literature in the Calcutta University. But no student asked this question to himself. What actually Dibyendu Chakraborty had done is remarkable. On the next day, we have a class of Sir. Sir called me and he descended from the dais, descended from the lecture platform. And my viewers, can you believe? He sat with his students. He asked me to share my thoughts with his students. I personally feel that Lear lacks this quality. That's why I have told the story. Otherwise, I don't have any intention to tell the story or to present the story in front of you. Somehow, Dipendu Chakraborty surpassed Lear by allowing me to take the class, by allowing me to share my banal views. I personally feel these are banal views. These kinds of abstract thoughts always crowds in my mind. I give so much importance to students. My dear friend, actually, at the end of the play, Shakespeare tries to portray one simple theme. What is it? Truly, Lear attains the shadow of regality at the end of the play. Ciao. By converting himself into an incarnation of acceptance, by converting himself into an incarnation of endurance. He possessed belief in himself that life is nothing but a mere illusion. Major amount of people, ample amount of students ask me this question. Can we consider this play as an absurd? Then I told yes. Shakespeare hasn't coined the term absurdity, but I always say that there is a whisper. There is a whisper in every single creation, but you have to manufacture your ear for listening those kinds of a whisper. If you listen, then you can easily figure out that the absurdist element persists in this particular play Lear. Well, viewers, I've taken an ample amount of time for discussing Lear. Ample amount of thoughts crowds in my mind, and I personally believe that a single video is not enough to capture the character, to figure out the character, the Shakespearean character, because this character is very special. This character aroused pity, fear. At the same time, it aroused the admiration in the mind of the reader, in the mind of the listener or the spectator. That's why I believe that it's a very special character. There is no doubt about it. And a single video is not enough to capture the viewer. There are ample amount of thoughts crowds in my mind at this present moment, but I'm not able to share everything because we are a time-bound being. So my dear viewers, I need to wrap up here. I hope that you have enjoyed. Thank you so much.